What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? It is your boy, MM2K, back again, and we are here with, yes, we are here, yes. We're here to highlight the PlayStation State of Play, which is going live in approximately 13 minutes, it says. And man, oh man, I can't wait to get through this one with you guys. Oh man, are we going to be disappointed? Are we going to be excited? Are we going to go, oh, well, whatever? You know what I'm saying? Time will tell. In less than 13 minutes, we will find out what's going to happen with the State of Play. This is supposed to be a 30 plus minute State of Play. I'm seeing in certain places. Hold on one second. I'm seeing in some places that they are saying that this is a 35 plus minute State of Play. Will be interesting to see what happens. Let me do this. Oh gosh. Ooh. Sorry, I don't know why I'm sneezing all of a sudden. It's crazy. Let me fix this. I don't think Cold Blood will be joining me. It's like midnight at his time, and he's not expecting much from the State of Play. Let me do something real quick. Properties. Oh, platform. Oh, this is perfect. I just show this. I'm going to show that. We're going to show nothing. PlayStation stuff. Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. So, yeah, we're going to be checking this out, seeing what's happening. There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of rumors going on. I don't know if I'm spoiling this, but I've seen some State of Play, supposedly some lists of State of Play. Why is this here? I thought that I had. This should not be here. Not supposed. There we go. All right. Now we're cooking with grease. Okay. So supposedly there's a leaked list of the State of Play out there. I mean, I guess I can share that with you guys because it's nothing too special. And you guys probably already seen it as well. And do us a huge favor as you come into, hit that like button. Let's take a look. State of Play. Here. Let me see. State of Play. See if we can find what this leaked list is. On live in 11 minutes. There was supposed to be a leaked list of the State of Play. Seen it all over the place. Hold on. Shinobi? I think Shinobi had a copy of the leaked list. Did he not? I'm checking to see if Shinobi has it. Also, too, guys, definitely do not miss out on our members content. We've been, going full steam ahead with the members content. I am behind on the audio again. I'll fix that over the weekend. I'll be able to do something about that Saturday. But yeah, we have, holy cow, we've been peppering y'all with some great members content. Definitely check it out. In order to become a member, just hit that join button and you'll be a member. You'll be allotted your membership. And then what you're going to want to do is at the foamy homie level, join at that level and you'll get access to all of our content. Let's see here. Silverback. He said lock Trump up. Not to get too political, but it sounds like that he's not going to see any jail time. Nor does it affect his ability to run for president. So for those that, this guy's guilty and he's, it doesn't seem like it's going to have any impact. I'm going to be honest, Silverback. Haven't been following the trial. I have not been following politics recently. I used to follow it faithfully. Like I would literally come home from work and watch all the cable news channels religiously all day until I went to bed. Like that's all I watched. Like very rarely did I watch other shows. It was like that for a few years, and then like I started noticing the pattern. I'm good at noticing patterns. I started noticing the pattern that all these politicians are the same. They don't have our best interests at heart, and they're actually all friends in cahoots together, and they're pretending to have different interests. Even Trump, they're pretending to be like, oh yeah, we're separate from all that, from the swamp. They're all in cahoots. They're all working to get lobby money in their own special way. And it is what it is. And then they do this stuff like this today, this circus, to keep us blindfolded while they go and steal money from us from various ways, so I don't even pay attention to politics anymore. It is what it is. Let's see here. I'm trying to find this leaked list. It's nothing spectacular. So see here. I saw the list somewhere, and for some reason now I can't find it. I for the life of me, doesn't make any sense. But there is supposedly a leaked list out there. It has games like Astrobot on there, Silent Hill. Like actually at 6 o'clock, there's also a Marvel's showcase happening too, and we're like, oh wow, like a Marvel's gaming showcase. So because of that, I'm like, holy cow, I'm wondering what they're going to show with Marvel, but oh well, I guess I won't find out until after the fact, because we're not switching over to that. Let's see here. I am trying to find this leaked state of play list, and I cannot find it to save my life. Oh man, this sucks. It's really sucks. But yeah, there were games like, oh no. I know exactly where it's at. Okay, because I sent it to Cold Blood earlier. So I think that let's see how true this is. I don't know how true this is. For those of you, I mean, the supposed leak list is Astrobot's new game, Marvel Rivals console port, God of War Ragnarok PC port, which that would be a first if that makes it to the PlayStation, that'll be the first time I think that a PC port is part of a state of play. I think, if my memory's serving me right. And there's supposed to be a new Five Nights at Freddy's, a new Dynasty Warrior, Alien Rogue Incursion. I think that's supposed to be a VR game. Path of Exile 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Silent Hill 2 remake, and then Phantom Blade Zero. Then a new game from the Middle East, a new VR game, and then Until Dawn for PC and PlayStation 5. And last but not least, we're supposed to get something on Concord. That is the leaked list. I don't know how serious that leaked list is. Thank you so much, Silverback, with the $2. Silverback says, is Concord going to be the Call of Duty killer? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Silverback. As I look at what's going on with Call of Duty, like, I think this year they have absolutely nothing to worry about. But going into like maybe the subsequent years, hey, Snow Bunny, we got Snow Bunny in the house. Going into the subsequent years, I don't think that I think Call of Duty might start losing its luster in like 2 or 3 years or so. Like, if they keep this trend up of where they are just making crap and reloading maps, then I don't suspect that their shine up top is going to last long. Somebody's going to take it. Because we talked about this yesterday in our members content, where it's apparent that PlayStation is all about, not PlayStation, Xbox is all about growing Game Pass. And we were like, why are they so fiercely trying to grow Game Pass? And it sounds like that they're trying to do that because Hip Hop Gamer had said this, and it makes sense that they are so hell bent on. It looks like Cold Blood is going to join us. They're so hell bent on subscriptions and ads and subscriptions. So, Call of Duty.
I almost killed my Windows.
What'd you say?
I almost killed my Windows.
Uh-oh. How'd you do that?
Well, my graphics card didn't want to boost, so I tried to uninstall the graphics drivers, and I almost fucked it up. Almost.
Not your mother said, will you comment on Sony's PlayStation business meeting breakdown they had yesterday? See, not your mother. Yeah, I did. That's why we gotta get you a membership, man. It was part of the members content. We're gonna get you a membership. You've done more than enough.
But how you can't unfortunately select him for membership.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna figure out something. I gotta figure out something. We'll get you. Matter of fact, damn. Even if I gotta download it and like create a special channel in the Discord for you and some of the other people. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Not your mother. We talked about over an hour on it. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll download it. I'll download that conversation and we'll put it in the chat for you. Yeah, we did that earlier today. You missed it. Yeah, that's why we gotta get you a membership, brother. We definitely do. But we'll do that. We'll get you hooked up. You done more than enough. You don't need to put in another dime. This is Xbox is going to be the Call of Duty killer. Yeah, that's why I said, man, they're going to kill it on their own. Give it like I say 3 or more years, then you're going to really start seeing a potential threat to it. Somebody possibly taking its crown. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't think X Defiant's going to do it. I don't think anything's going to do it within the recent years, and it'd be interesting. I don't even know what Concord is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what Concord is. So if Concord is designed to go up against Call of Duty, it might. I don't know. We'll finally see what the hell it is in a few moments. Let's go over here. Let's move this over. And let's go to, so that's the leak list right there. We'll see how accurate that is. And the state of play is going to start shortly. And once it does, Cold Blood and I will unleash the audio so you guys can hear it and see it and all that great stuff. Let's get ready. Let's get into our full web. Do something wrong. Here we go.
You think we're gonna see some Tinky Winkies in it?
Well, yeah, according to that leak, we are. Yeah. If they kick off with Astrobot, then yeah. Because the way that this leak is set up, it looks like that this is trying to allude like this is the order it'll be in. Let's refresh and make sure that, okay, it hasn't started yet. Oh, it has. Okay. All right. Let's do with the music. It's starting now, folks. Wow. This thing is like loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Here we go. I'll leave the list up there. now I can hear myself and shit. All right. Starting. Here we go. Okay, and it's starting in another. They got countdown on top of countdown. Okay.
Oh hell yeah! They got that from Ubisoft.
8. Let's see. All right.
Hi everyone, I'm Asad Kizilbash, Head of Product at PlayStation Studios and Head of PlayStation Productions. I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space.
Ron Slusher said no Stadia logos.
Concord
No Stadia logos.
And today, they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy. Enjoy.
Oh shit, okay, all right. Okay, they ain't being shy about showing Concord.
In engine, what the fuck are we doing?
I'm getting Overwatch
It was a
vibes.
spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful
Roll
research.
company.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the upload?
A few more minutes. Hey, start time. Try it with hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then that was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue button...
Amar, we will. We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
Slow them down a little for you.
Yeah, I'm getting Overwatch vibes.
Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
Shield out!
Well played.
Fine. They only got one of my legs.
How are those hands? How bad is it? You're still mad at me?
Lennox!
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Got it!
I am developing a taste for destruction. Goodbye.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us. Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
getting us to the rendezvous point.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
One off. Do not dare.
Well, we were supposed to stick together.
If you let go, I swear I will bring
Oh,
vengeance.
look, there they are. Hi.
What the? I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
I knew this was gonna work.
This wasn't the plan.
No, it just wasn't the one we started with. All right, another satisfied customer. Goods delivered. I send everyone their cut.
Ooh, yay.
So do you, like, carry it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever?
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less
We'll
scaffolding.
have no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding, I promise. We were apart for so long, I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy.
In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy.
The immediate
as
downgrade.
free
I fucking
Free
knew
gunners
it.
are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars.
That in
They
engine
take
shit,
high-stake
bro.
jobs on worlds across wild
I
space,
knew
where
that
they
was
face
all
other fiercely
fucking lies.
competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the
Look at
gameplay
this.
of Concord.
Oh my god.
Free gunning. It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a free gunner means,
Fuck.
well, you're free.
One wasted fucking title for this year.
Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves, a chance to be someone.
All right.
Yeah, I knew it. I got serious Overwatch vibes. So this is their Overwatch.
Myself up.
Why not?
And in the wilds, it's anyone's game. You won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
Finally.
You know, my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is fucking ruined.
Endless rage!
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
This crew will go anywhere. Take any job. Face any enemy. We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
I mean, in my opinion, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't interest me.
Would you like to join us for game night?
With
Doesn't
Concord,
look bad.
we lean on the strengths and
Bro,
background
it's
of
literally
tight,
Overwatch
well-balanced
graphics,
FPS that
Yeah,
feels
it's
great to play.
Overwatch. I mean,
We focused a ton of our attention
it's their
and our tech
Overwatch,
on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive.
and I'm not interested in
We ended up
Overwatch.
finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes every fight, every matchup feel really different.
Leaning into the asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of two different characters colliding, it's all about creating opportunities for improvisation. That's where we can get out of the way and let players find their own magic. We also have abilities that are meant to have impact beyond direct combat. Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can set up and plan ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
We've got everything from mystics and medics to gunslingers and sparked robots. Every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging perspectives to the crew. Every week, when you log into Concord, you will be welcomed with a new cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships.
Emmanuel, hey, you think of Outlaws good. No one's listening to you.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch on August 23rd, 2024.
Concord. Right, so Concord. Well, they started off with Concord, so that's interesting. Because I wonder what they're going to close with, Concord.
Gonna be Herman's first fucking album.
They did do. Uh-oh. This is a first.
You seem like a...
Bro, no.
This is a first.
No.
Are you?
They're putting a PC
port my God.
on the state of play.
Oh my God. I was so fucking right, bro. Can I get my money now, Moss?
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
You will die, Kratos of Sparta.
Fuck your Ragnarok. Oh my God. This is bad. This is bad.
When it burns me.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
We have guests!
Oh shit.
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written.
It's a first. God of War Ragnarok. September 19th. Wow. 9/18.
Dude. You can love Herman. I absolutely despise him now.
Soldiers and officials alike.
He is gonna be the worst CEO in PlayStation history.
And the people must turn to thievery for food.
Yeah, I think you're looking for things to attach to him.
Heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land.
Do you think God of War coming to PC? That's not his decision.
But even so, someone must act.
So it looks like here goes Dynasty Warriors. It looks like that leak was right.
Another fucking game I couldn't give less of a fuck. Yep, this showcase is a fucking 2 out of 10 probably at the end when they show something that interests me.
Momo, I think I was dreaming.
It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland.
The path of a stylist is never easy. So, are you ready for it?
Ready.
We're ready.
Ready.
Okay, Moss, we know what you're gonna play on a phone Friday.
What the hell is this shit? Well, there goes your Tinky Winky game that you were looking for.
This is bad. This is gonna be the hugest L Sony received this year. if this is the best they can show us for this year, bro, it's fucking this year is over with for Sony.
Yeah, I don't think that this is, I mean, again, how this is gonna land, I don't know, but I don't think this is gonna be it. You still got the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out, so there's at least gonna be another state of play. You would hope a showcase though. Infinity Nikki.
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity awaiting you?
Stars. Fields. I have seen the miracles you so claim.
Tips works.
Until the towering shadows vanished into the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades.
Why do we have to be?
Oh, well, they didn't get Infinity Nikki.
Time.
What's this shit?
War. Mortality.
Oh, that we found the Infinity Nikki's the first mistake of that list.
Fall into your treacherous hands.
And this might be the second. Oh, what's going on? Why did it? Oh no! Why did it freeze? Oh God! Why did it freeze?
War. Mortality.
Oh, what is going on?
War.
No. Did it freeze for you too, Cold Blood? What
No.
Rain fire from above.
But not on your stream. I watch it on a separate stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I was just checking to see if.
There's a sprinkle.
What the hell? What is this? Holy shit.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
Ballad of Antara.
You see a trend? Almost everything 2025.
Oh shit.
What is this?
That didn't look bad.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse. But I was a fool.
Oh, Hellblade 2 in VR.
And the gods that walk among
We got
us
it, boys.
thirst for death.
Outsider!
Now the combat's more robust. Just can't.
The poison in my veins begs me to kill.
I'll put you in the ground.
I said it already. My disappointment is immeasurable.
The power of our god is immeasurable.
Thought I could be a hero.
Well, the leak has been off on 2 games so far, unless that Ballad of Antara, unless that's the Middle Eastern game, then the leak is off.
Yes, this is just as bad as the leak.
Skydance Behemoth. Well, I mean, we're only 5 games in. There's supposed to be 14. I'm going to reserve my.
Nah, bro.
At least until we get to 2/3.
Concord was already the biggest fucking hell we could have gotten. And then God of War PC? Bro. Really? Really? You motherfucker. Oh my god, my head hurts.
Alien Incursion. So they got. So there's two that they got wrong. Let's see what else. Alien Incursion. Got that one right, but they got the two before.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation, starting with a highly anticipated PvP shooter playable soon on PS5.
Man. Why? No! You just shown us a fucking hero shooter, now you do it again? Bruh. This is so bad, Moss.
All realities converge.
All the W's PlayStation got with their business strategy thing, all of it is fucking nullified with this one. Fucking hell.
Stronger together. Who needs a power-up? Free fire zone.
Embrace the chaos.
Insignificant attacks. Healing power. I'm back, baby.
Don't even try to hide that they just straight up copied Overwatch. What the fuck?
Sticky.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Okay, let's see how mankind has conquered space.
Zero.
Oh, that's not it.
Where winds meet.
Hello, friends and fans. I'm super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Are they serious right now?
Oh, nice one.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Oh, you're going down. Oh! It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Fight the break
If Xbox can top that as a worst showcase,
let's make this one
I
trip
don't
we'll
think they
never
can.
forget.
Mike, Emily?
I was down there.
You were?
It was horrible.
I don't want to make
Yeah, my expectations for State of Plays.
Stay put right here until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
Not great anyway. Like the only state of plays that I've liked. The only state of plays that I've liked. The only state of plays that I like are ones where like they did where they focused on God of War, Horizon. I just find it interesting that they led with Concord. I wonder what are they closing out with?
I bet you with fucking Astro, and I'm gonna be fucking not interested at all.
Yeah, if they do that, that's going to be bad. That'll be
Ogum was once a peaceful land.
That would be bad.
But each day
so far, I mean, I'm like, this is lukewarm. This is very average. Like I got this rated around a 3.
Oh, you know why Path of Exile is coming out to PlayStation?
Why is that?
The Count's men.
I think because Avowed is in the same universe.
Oh, for real?
They come for me.
There's not a lot of AAA stuff here. Like, I mean, these are well-recognized games, but this is not AAA stuff. I think that's the biggest.
I must be the one to face this.
The list is pretty much spot on, except for maybe 3 games.
But I need not do it alone.
At this point, they can show me whatever the fuck they want. They fucked it up with the God of War.
That's me there.
I am so fucking mad. They did that.
Are you mad because they did it here?
Yes. It has no business being here.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm kind of lost.
Silent Hill.
I'm looking for Silent Hill.
They were on. They were on point.
Stay away. This
Except
town,
for 3
there's
games.
something.
But the 3 games they were off on really didn't
matter.
What'd you say?
Maybe.
Can we talk about this right now? Why the fuck does she look like she has an aneurysm?
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not.
Dude, oh my god. What is going on?
I'm going either way.
No. You shouldn't be here.
Paul Game, you said that looked good. What was that you thought looked good, Paul Game? And I'm just curious.
I'll be good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
Like the only thing that vaguely got my interest so far is Ballad of Antara. I don't know if you thought the same thing.
No, please. Should have wrote this.
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited to share the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
Yeah, so right now, I got this at like a 6.6. out of 10. My expectations are low. I mean, it's
incredible. I've never.
I'm guessing the leaked list already lowered them even more.
Spikes on its back.
Looking at that leaked list, nothing interested me. I was interested in seeing what Concord was. I don't think Concord looks bad, but it's just it's an Overwatch clone. There's nothing to be excited about. I'm not like, oh, I can't, you know.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
For it to be your holiday game, that is a disappointment.
The sandstorm.
Again, the only thing to me that looked vaguely interesting was Ballad of Intara, I think it is.
Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
But that 6.6 out of 10 is at definite risk if they close out with Astro. Oh yeah, they close out with that, bruh. Like, this is very light. Like, I'm counting as far as AAA games, including this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 AAA games out of the 13 that we've seen so far. That is not good. And considering that a lot of these are multiplats,
I've selected you.
I
as
don't
a lead
understand.
hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
It goes to 14th game. That's one.
Yeah, it is Astro Ball.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. 5 point. Well, let's look at the game. Let's look at the game. Oh, this is bad. That is bad. Doriega, welcome to the phoned up, brother. Oh God. Yeah, this is. Oh God.
Hammond's still the fucking guy for the job. Mom,
What'd you say?
Is Hammond still the guy for the job?
I don't think this is a Herman thing. I don't think if Jim was there,
you're still denying him that.
I don't think this is a Herman thing. If Jim is still there, I think we get the same games.
I hope to fucking God this is just a DLC for Astro Playroom. And it's fucking free. You cannot expect me to pay fucking $70 for this shit.
No, this is their holiday game. This is their holiday game.
Be sure to visit PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
PlayStation.
There you have it, folks. Go for dog shit. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. So let's tally up my score. My score was.
Fellas, welcome to Gavin Games. We're doing it again.
Okay, so what are we doing? What are we doing? Why would you do that? Fucking you to do it. That was. Okay, let's talk about it. Cold Blood, what is your score for that?
Just barely a 2.
Barely a 2.
Yeah, it's not a fucking state of play. This is a fucking insult. That's what it is. Bro, I told you before this shit, it's gonna be an insult to us. And it's exactly what it was. Bro.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like, okay, Monster Hunter Wilds, but I was already hyped for it anyway, so even if you did not show me any gameplay, I'd still be hyped for it. Everything else? Oh my god.
Ballad of Entire didn't look bad, but that's clearly not AAA. Yeah, I'll put it like this. The game, this did not, like when I look at last year's state of play, it was better, but it still was underwhelming. Like I think I gave that a 6.5 out of 10. It was still underwhelming. I wasn't impressed at all. As a matter of fact, I was severely disappointed because that was their opportunity to really come out swinging. And because Xbox was on the ropes and they didn't do that. I feel like they played it too safe. That being said, everything else did not like surprise me. Like I wasn't surprised. This would have been maybe a 6 out of 10, but leading off with Concord instead of, I mean, you really didn't have anything great to show anyway. You should have had Concord at the end. To finish off with Astrobot, that was a poor choice. God of War PC, I agree with you, should not have been here. Should have been a separate announcement. Especially if you're cognizant enough to know that these people are watching you on the internet and they're trying to besmirch your brand. So therefore you say what you say at that investors meeting. Why would you do a God of War PC release? Like you said, and I had a feeling that once I saw the leak list, I had a feeling that was going to happen, that they were going to dismantle all the good faith that they just got. But yeah, outside of God of War, PC, Astrobot being your finale, and Concord being what you led with, and it being simply an Overwatch clone, the rest of it was a mediocre as hell, but what I expected out of a state of play. What kills it is Concord, God of War, and Astrobot. That's what killed it. What a shame. Let's look back at this list. Like the list was right, except for, well, I'm guessing this new game from the Middle East. I'm guessing that is Ballad of Antara. But that doesn't look like a Middle Eastern game.
No, there was this other Chinese-looking game, whatever it was called.
Hold on. Yeah. So I landed a 5 out of 10. Yeah, this was bad. This was bad. Let's see what they're saying on the internet. So if you like average or scores, it's like 3.5 out of 10. Matt Piscatella, he's making fun. He said best state of play ever. We're probably not going to find anything special on this account. Let me go look at my UK Gaming account. See what I know they're going off. No, they're. I was the show, heard Astrobot took the show and they teased the PlayStation 5 Pro. Where did they tease the PlayStation 5 Pro? He didn't tease the PlayStation.
And they need to shut the fuck up today. Like seriously, this is bad. This is so bad. Like Jada, go into hiding for a few days. Like it's not your time.
Oh, come on. I hate Twitter. You fucking suck now. If these don't have a showcase this year because this state of play is Jesus, is King Thrash. New Astrobot games look absolutely fantastic. I was not. Okay, David Jaffe. Here's what David Jaffe says. This should change your mind, Cold Blood. He says, congrats, PlayStation. That state of play was fantastic. This is the first time I've been excited for the hardware in a meaningful way since launch. Now I'll sell the PlayStation 5 at $299. I don't know if he's being sarcastic or what.
But they better sell it for $299 if that is what they have to offer this year. Fucking hell.
People are really liking Astrobot. They're like, holy shit, that looked fantastic. Like everybody is saying great shit about Astrobot.
It's the Mario effect. Like Astrobot is the Mario on PlayStation.
I mean, let's take a poll. I want to take a poll.
Fuck this shit, bro.
Let's start a poll. What do you rate this state of play? A, B, C, yeah, let us know what you rate this state of play. Is it an A, B, C, or D, or lower? I am surprised. Cold Blood, we always seem to fall on the other side of the spectrum, but I think that's a good thing. It sounds like we're more, which I like. It sounds like we're more critical than on average, and I prefer to be on the more critical side than the more nut glazing side, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
don't want to be. Not today. Yeah. I don't want to be on the fucking D or lower side today. Nah. Yeah. It's shit. It's a very shit feeling.
Playville's Monster Hunter. That's just what.
Snow Bunny, I never said it's exactly like Mario. Not even from a popularity standpoint. I just said that is the closest thing we will get probably for a while on PlayStation. That is fucking platformer. And Najimata, yes, I'm gonna play the shit out of Monster Hunter Wilds. But I knew about this game already, so this did not do anything for me.
I don't know. Let's look up state of play. I'm a little surprised here. Like, I thought it was a complete mistake. And we'll go over the numbers again. Like, there were 14 games, as they said. Out of those 14 games, 1, 2, 3 were AAA. So I totally get where state of plays. I think it's safe to assume, Cold Blood, that state of plays we're going to be out of touch on. Like, it's very rare that we're going to rate a state of play over a 7 unless it features like a triple, like how they did with God of War, and unless it does that. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But this right here, like, I have the ability to look at AA games and indie games and say, okay, that'll be impactful. I mean, yes, Path of Exile 2, you know, if it's exclusively on PlayStation, right? I think that's exclusively on PlayStation. That's going to be impactful. I can't deny that. Until Dawn will be impactful. Marvel Rivals, that's going to be everywhere. So who cares? Alien Incursion for PSVR 2, who knows? Ballad of Ventara is 2025. I don't know. Dynasty Warriors Origins. Now, I will say this about the Dynasty Warrior games, which I never understood. And my brother's girlfriend loved Dynasty Warriors, and we would always make fun of her for playing Dynasty Warriors. But she would come back and show us the numbers of sales, and then we would shut up. Like, Dynasty Warriors does well as a franchise, but to me, it's hot dog water. But if it's exclusive to PlayStation, okay, that might be impactful. But all that, to me, Cold Blood, is washed away by you taking this time to announce God of War for people. Like, why would you do that here? Why not next week? Just God of War is coming to PC. Why wouldn't you do that separately? Concord. I don't know, man.
You know why they do that shit with God of War?
Why is that?
To remind you, you're slowly becoming the second-class citizen. Slowly but surely. Anything, this state of play is more of a fucking announcement for PC. Gonna soon be day and day than the fucking business meeting.
Yeah, I think it was. I think they're using the state of plays to reach out to their more casual and commercial things, but you can't. I mean, and I get the showcases are more for us, but it's a balancing act to me. I still think that they're moving at a slow pace. I don't think I'm with Porter Rock. Porter Rock did a great show, made a lot of sense. All the data supports it. I don't think that day and date on PC is a risk until next generation. But Sony is just horrible at fanfare, man. For their hardcore, they are horrible. They've become horrible at it, and I don't think that even if you decided I'm going to do a separate state of play, because this clearly isn't everything that they have to show because of what? You got the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out. But even if you want to do
they
a
are
separate
holding back announcements because of the fucking Pro, I'm gonna be even more mad than I'm already, bro.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I believe that's what they're doing. I believe that's what they're doing because the rumors are dropping and everyone is, confirming that claims they have an inside track that the Silicon was ready last year. So they're specifically holding out shit and waiting, holding back shit for that Pro.
Well, I might just change my name to what crap gamer is his goddamn name. He's depressed. Oh my god, I'm definitely depressed right now. What the fuck?
Oh, shout out. We got is that a new member? I can't see.
Yeah, Sean. Sean is for 2 months now, remember.
Hey Sean, thank you very much, Sean. Really appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much.
And he says the fuck you're mad about. if you still don't know why, bro, then you probably came in way too late.
Well, he's mad because of the PC announcement, which I think was not good. It doesn't upset me. It's not. To me, I think what it does is it looks at the showcase and it says we don't have to do fanfare for a hardcore that holds it down for us, and per cap, like they talked about it in the investor meeting. There's more people spending per user this gen than previous gens. That's not the motherfuckers that are going to play God of War on PC. That's us. That's us. That's y'all that help us too when we go buy these games. Y'all are helping. You guys are contributing towards that. They're sliding us in this fanfare because they're like, well, and again, this is why I don't blame Herm Holst. I blame Totoki. Totoki's like, he's probably sitting there like, why wouldn't you show this at the State of Play? We traditionally don't do that. Huh? Why don't you? We're trying to maximize profits here. We probably got all these hits on Twitter or wherever about this State of Play. You better go show this stuff out here. That's a Totoki thing, man. That's why I told you. And the reason why I'm sticking to that, Cold Blood, is because Herman Holst was around when they didn't show this stuff. You know what I'm saying? When they didn't show the PC ports on State of Play. I get that they bumped him up to, what's it called? But the biggest variable, bro, when we started getting this heartburn, the biggest variable was Totoki. I told you this dude, I told you he's going to be a problem. Going to be a problem.
Sean, if this is making people buy a PlayStation, then I don't want a fucking PlayStation no more.
He says, y'all bought the system. They have to also appeal to those on the fence. Sean, I agree with that, but it's a balancing act. They did not appeal to us at all. It's a balancing act. You got to appeal to both. That's why I said, when I look at a State of Play, it's going to be more fluff, more for the casual and whatever. And that's fine. Like, that's why I told Cold Blood, unless they specifically do a State of Play where it's like the God of War State of Play or the Horizon, the best we'll ever rank it is a 7. That's not a problem. The problem is that they've totally disregarded us. You haven't shown us anything in Lord knows how long. And even though the State of Plays are more split or they're more catering to gamers that are not us, as you illustrate correctly, Sean, you don't totally disregard us. They totally disregarded us this one. Now that I'm talking it out, I might drop it to 4 out of 10. You don't do that. It's just bad marketing. It's bad. It don't make any sense. Like what they did, because when you think about it, as someone who's worked with high-end marketing agencies, and I've had this headache too, of trying to tell our sales and marketing team, stop acting like boneheads and earn your paychecks. Like I'm on the tech side. Like, why am I telling marketing what they should be doing? I get that frustration. Like what Herm Holst got on the stage and said, that he didn't need to elaborate at the intensity that he did. He did that for us. right? He did that for us. He did that so there's ammunition to go back out there and swat away and laugh at people on Twitter about day and date PC. You throw that all away when you use a state of play to promote a game, your tentpole game going day and date to PC. I mean, well, not going day and date, but going to PC, even though it's not day and date. That should have been a separate announcement. You know, if they had hardcore shows regularly, then okay, then you can have the state. You can look at the state of play and be like, nah, okay, that was for everybody else. It's fine. But we haven't seen anything in Lord knows how long. It's been a year, just about, I think. To me, it was just poor decision.
To me, it's longer. Like, what the fuck did they show? That was so fucking great. Like Spider-Man 2, yeah, okay, shit is already released. I don't give a shit.
John is cutting up.
Yeah, he is. Today we do not agree whatsoever on this shit. Like this had to be the fucking banger, yeah. So at least this year, if even your fucking first party is not really ready, at least show us something interesting.
Yeah.
You only showed us fucking dirt. Like, do I want to play Concord? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
I played so much Overwatch, I'm fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
Of all these fucking hero shooters. Okay, X Defiant, but X Defiant is not really a hero shooter in that sense.
Yeah, it's not yet.
But fuck. And then you do this shit with Astrobot too? Well, if y'all love these games, congratulations, you got something to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, the Astrobot trailer is getting rave reviews. I just don't. I mean, I thought it looked decent, but I just don't. I still don't. I mean, and again, I'm not attacking anybody for this. I mean, Cold Blood and I, we go and we rant and we rave and we talk shit. And Cold Blood more critically than I, but we hover like a point or two around the same, pessimistic viewpoint of all these, not just PlayStation, but all of them, right? And then we go to the internet and everybody's like, oh, that was fantastic. That was great. Astrobot. Now they're doing that with Astrobot. I don't, Sean gives it a B. Emmanuel, you again, you were capping for Redfall, bro. Get out of here. Me first, C-. I mean, I'm not mad at anybody's score. He says, people have been begging for a new Astrobot for a while now. That is true. My thing is that showed to Cold Blood's point, that showed me who your priority is starting to lean towards when not only do you not show us anything tantalizing for the hardcore, but then you close out with Astrobot. Like maybe they knew that Concord just wasn't that appealing, and I don't know, but
I don't know how this is not one of the fucking canceled games. This is ridiculous. This Firewalk team should have been on Last of Us right the fuck now, working on it, on this faction mode for Naughty Dog. Not this bullshit, bro. Seriously, a fuck up by Sony.
Sean said we're smoking hate crack. I get what you're saying, Sean, but the problem is that
Moss, didn't I announce to you what has to happen for me to be absolutely fucking disappointed before the show?
I can't. No, you did, but I can't remember. What did you say?
Well, Concord sucking, God of War PC announcement, yeah, and nothing else that interests me. Everything happened that way, besides Monster Hunter. This is crazy. This is, bro. This is the nightmare state of play.
Oh man, Juice said he's still talking about day and date. When did this turn into Cold Eastwood's channel?
Yes, I will, because they don't make me believe they are not done with fucking PC. All they're doing is exactly the opposite of they're telling you one thing but doing another. God of War going to PC already, bro. What are we doing?
Yeah, see, I look at it differently. Herm Host told us
God of War, dude. God of War. We're not talking about no fucking Returnal or some shit. We're talking about God of War.
I mean, they told us before this move to PC, they told us a year. They said, at least a year. And by the time it launches, it'll be almost 2 years.
Not enough. No. It's too big of a franchise to be just 2 years.
Yes, yeah,
Before that, port fucking Bloodborne on PC or something. I don't know. Like, we're going more and more towards 1 year of difference. And y'all are okay with that, huh?
I mean, as long as it's not less than a year, I don't think it's a problem. And I explain why.
When they have the resources, Moss, it will happen.
No, because then you'll never have the resources to do parallel development. You're not built like that. You would have to totally turn it to a third party.
Did you forget about your AI shit that you told me?
No, that ain't got that's bugs. That ain't got nothing to do with development. Again,
well,
you're comparing apples and oranges again.
You can train it to be a part.
No, Cold Blood, no. As a high level international and domestic auditor, I am telling you, you're mixing up the understanding of AI. That's like saying PC is bad for us because, like I said, self-controlled cars will run someone over. No, not all PCs. PCs that specifically do this. All AI is not the same, bro. All AI is not the same. I'm telling you. So the AI that Sony is doing right now is completely different from AI that Microsoft is using to develop games. They cannot be trained. They would have to totally go and do a totally different set of prompts that will take machine learning and training for years. So even if they wanted to do what Microsoft is doing, they can't do it with that AI. They have to go purchase and license another AI program. So, and again, I'm not saying, I'm with you there, Cold Blood, that it's a possibility that they could take that route, but I just, the miseducation on it all AI is not the same. It is not the same. So this AI that they're using to fix bugs is not the same. They can't just go to that AI and just reprogram it and have it develop too. They would have to go license another. And now you are right. Nothing can stop them from doing that. But yeah, these are two totally different things that are catered and prompted and created to do two totally different things. So don't want, I agree that is enticing to anybody. Like we don't want to just, the blanket statement of it all is, oh yeah, because Teslas are driving people off the street, all motherboards need to be, no, we don't want to think like that. We got to better educate ourselves, not just you, but everybody on AI. AI is so discreetly different and it fits into different buckets. And until they start saying that we're pursuing AI to do development and to make games and make lines of code that does dialogue, then they're just doing AI that scrapes up bugs. Snow Bunny says the only thing I'm mildly annoyed is realizing that Dark Pictures Anthology's directive 80/20 might have been delayed as Supermassive Games have been working on Until Dawn. All that Sony is doing is creating assets, streamlining, dubbing, subtitle. Yeah, it's a minimalistic AI tool that they're using to do that stuff. Now, again, they could say, shit, the AI that we got for that is great. Now that we've gotten AI to do that, hey, can we license some AI to do something else? They could very well do that, but they're not going to be able to use the same software to do that. They would have to license and strike deals somewhere else. No, look, here's my take on it. Again, like I said earlier, I urge everybody to listen to Porter Rock's take on this. I was very surprised and delighted. I got to reach out to him. I was very surprised and delighted because he handled himself well and balanced in actually understanding the business side of it, which when we were on Z's podcast, that's what we would always like try to trip him up. But he kind of understood that in a very good sense. I'm like, oh man, that's great. But yeah, to say that they will never go day and date PC would, you don't know. We're not in the boardroom. I think it's fair to say though that day and date PC is not a talking point this generation. Why? Because when you look at those slides, understand the business goal and understand what was being said, PlayStation is a marketplace. That's what makes PlayStation money, is it being a marketplace. And anything that cannibalizes that marketplace makes them less money. So when you see games like God of War being put on PC, I think at this time the reason why they're deciding to do it is because it must have crescendoed as far as the console is concerned. Like, I don't see it. I can't remember the last time we've seen it on the top 20 on sales. You know what I'm saying? So it must have crescendoed. It must have like totally sunset on the consoles as far as being effective on sales. So they're like, okay, now if we put this on PC, it shouldn't affect sales. But what Cold Blood's fear is correct. His fear is accurate. Like, let's not put these games on here too soon because it's going to cannibalize sales by having people say, why do I get a console? I might as well go get a PC if I only got to wait quote unquote amount of time. The question is, what is that amount of time? I think for the average gamer, if there's a game that I really want to play, I'm not waiting a year for it. I'm not waiting a year and a half for it. That's why I said over a year, I think, and this is just my opinion, over a year, I think is fine depending upon the game and depending upon the situation. Like if God of War were still in the top 20 and they did this, I would say no, absolutely not. That you're because that is, if it's still in the top 20, it's selling systems. And that's what we got to recognize too. These first party. Oh, go ahead.
The only way I would not be mad at this fucking announcement is if they announced something from Santa Monica coming. Like a new game, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I can understand it. I can understand it. I think when we look at what PlayStation is doing and to better understand and why a year as the minimum, I don't think is a bad minimum on a case-by-case basis. That's why Herm Edwards said at least a year. You're going to wait at least a year. What we got to understand is what's making PlayStation its money is exclusives directly. That's not what's making it its money. It's not its exclusives directly. Let's take Spider-Man for instance. Spider-Man made around 700 million off the latest numbers, 770 million. It cost 350 million to make. And then a large portion of that shit is going to Marvel. Sony's still going to get some money from that, but you know. And then because these games are costing more and more to make, and the shrinkage on the profit is increasing, they have to look at their games and say, all right, we make these games because they sell our consoles. So the moment that game has sold as many consoles effectively that it's going to sell, being that they're so popular, let's try to put them on PC and make even more money. So I get it in theory. I just think numerically, you cannibalize the purpose that you made it in the first place if you do it under a year. You cannibalize it because people will be willing to wait for less than a year. And those are resources that will be gone to try to do parallel development, which you are not ready to do. And hold the same standards, you know, you cannot do it. That's why I said, as far as that talk is concerned, this generation, and the point that was made during that conference call last night that underscored it, and I'm proud of Porter Rock that he picked it up. Make it sound like he's a child of mine. I'm proud that Porter Rock picked it up. You understand, as a business person, this stuff touches me. But when that investor said, hold on, going to PC, aren't you concerned with cannibalizing sales on the console? That's what he pretty much said. And that's when they responded and said, no, that's why we have this dual. So if that's a concern with investors and they don't have a suretified way to ensure it doesn't cannibalize sales, it's not going any sooner than a year. Not this gen, at the very least, not this gen. The problem is the fanfare. Fanfare is part of marketing. Fanfare keeps people like Cold Blood from getting dismayed and actually looking at other options, because that can happen. And if for every Cold Blood that you lose, that is a major contributor to that $730 per person. Like, the majority of that is coming from people like Cold Blood. And this Hiroki Totoki does not understand that. Hence why I believe it was him, because Herm Holt's been there at least long enough under Jim Ryan and so forth to know we don't do this. You don't, all this, we got to maximize our profit margins. That's Hiroki Totoki. And if the main guy in charge is doing it, then you got to follow suit. And I think he's saying, well, look, we're not putting this game on PC day and date. You guys got that. You got that victory yesterday. But if this is a casual showcase, why don't we just talk to the casuals and let them know? And that's him not understanding the art of the product and why you can't do that. So I get what you're saying, Sean. Like, why are you guys complaining and this and that? Because it doesn't matter to a gamer like yourself. What you got to understand, Sean, Again, it's not that you're necessarily wrong. It's just that you don't represent the hardcore PlayStation gamer. Cold Blood does. He has a PlayStation where you don't, right? And I'm not saying it to be facetious. I'm just saying, look, he's the atypical PlayStation gamer. So if he's in line with how the hardcore PlayStation gamer thinks, and you've now got him dismayed and got him looking at other options, it doesn't matter if what PlayStation says is aligned with you. You don't have the console, and you may not even ever buy it. And you could be thinking, well, I could buy it if they put more of these games on PC, I'm happy. But they lose out money if they do it in sacrifice of their hardcore. Why is that a problem? Because if the hardcore then goes to PC and buys the game on PC, Sony is losing 30% to the Steam store. They're losing 30% on DLC and the actual purchase of the game. Then, when the multiplat comes out, that's everywhere. Guess where he's buying it? He's buying it on Steam. He's not buying it on the PlayStation Store. What did we just talk about? The PlayStation Store is a strategic marketplace. That's what's making it money. These exclusives just help bring you to that marketplace. It just so happens that some of these exclusives are so popular that they get praised everywhere. But you got to remember, that's why I said they don't make money off these exclusives. Well, God of War, God of War sold a whole bunch. Guess what? They use God of War to fund the other 10 exclusives. Remember what they said in 2015? Out of every 10 exclusives, only 4 will be successful and 2 will fund the necessity of the other 8. So all that money that God of War makes, it just goes back in the pot to make more exclusives. It's not making PlayStation money. What's making PlayStation money is the multiplat sales. The sales, people coming to its strategic marketplace. We got to understand that. So I think it's just some understanding on both sides. Number one, there's got to be understanding that if God of War no longer is doing that job as bringing people to the strategic marketplace, after that year, at least, it's going to go to PC because they got to make more money off of it. They can't just use it to fund more games because now they got to boost that profit margin. That's just the throes of business, unfortunately. But by them doing that, that still promises that still helps maintain the promise that we still get the great games. But what you guys got to understand on the flip side of that is they got to be careful on how they move, because if they move too ruggedly and too rigidly, the hardcore PlayStation gamer that is a cold blood and that thinks like them, they're the cold bloods, the King Thrashes, the Sick Humors, the Jay Barries. Well, Jay Barry is kind of like, but I would say the personas, you know what I mean? Jay Bar, nothing against Jay Bar. I love Jay Bar. Jay Barry more is like, he's not bothered by a lot of this stuff. But when you dismay them too much and they move somewhere else, they're going to PC and you're losing a lot of money. So we got to understand that PlayStation is trying to do a balancing act of maximizing profits while not harming their strategic marketplace. So yeah, God of War isn't charting anymore. I can't remember the last time, let's go look. Let's go to Matt Piscatella. I'm gonna go to Matt Piscatella. Go to Matt, take a look. Because this will be the tell-all be-all. Go to Matt Piscatella. Let's take a look at the last time God of War charted on let's see. All right, so I gotta find. Okay, so here goes this thread right here. All right, top 20 games. God of War isn't there, but that's but it's almost 2 years old. We don't expect it to be there. for the games overall on every platform. It's not here on the top 20 best-selling games year to date. Again, it's a 2-year-old game. Makes sense. We're looking at the PlayStation top played games. It's not a live service game. It's 2 years old. It's not there in the top 10. Let's now go to the most purchased PlayStation games. Okay, so it is the top 10 best-selling PlayStation games. It's not there anymore. All right. So now we're going to get out of here and we're going to go to the last NPD. All right. And we're going to go to April's NPD and we're going to see what was going on in April. If God of War wasn't there. If like God of War has significantly dropped in the list, they're saying, okay, we've gotten everything we could get out of God of War as far as bringing people to the PlayStation and as far as funding future, funding future exclusives out of the marketplace. It's crescendo. Go to April. We're almost at April.
Yeah, one more thing. Silent Hill 2 is not a PlayStation exclusive. It's also coming to PC.
That's all they're going to show me for Matt? All right, so here goes. Oh, no. This is the last. Okay, I think this is it. Wrong. Here is April. No, I'm all the way to April 5th. Like, where the hell is NPD? It had to be like April 20 something, right? If you can find it. What is the mission? 8 years. Coming release. Scroll past. My stuff. Now all of a sudden I can't find it. Oh. Matt, where are you? Where is the April? Why don't you have a retweet? April 14th, 15th. No, I don't even see the NPD. I don't. What the frick is going on here, Matt? And Matt, why don't you just have the entire calendar, bro? We're gonna find it. I'm sorry, folks. We're gonna find it. Matt just isn't consistent in how he puts this information. All right, that calendar. We're gonna get to it. Okay. This is March.
Almost, I have to go.
Okay, brother. May,
Sony.
May 1st. That is so weird. So it's May 1st. Let's go to May 1st. Oh, God. Matt. Go to May 1st. We're going to find it, y'all. Okay, here it goes. All right, I did pass it up. All right. So let's go and look again. All right, so we're looking at the top 20 games from March. God of War isn't there. Okay. Year to date, God of War isn't there. Okay. Top played PlayStation games, God of War isn't there. Top selling PlayStation games, God of War isn't there. Okay, so now that makes sense. All right, so let's see. Let's go to one more month. Let's go to one more month. USD D8. Let's go to one more month. See, April 1st, maybe? Or 11th. We're going to go to one more month and we're going to check and see. We're going to see if God of War shows up, and if God of War hasn't showed up on any of the top sales charts, and I think we got our answer on why it's coming like 17 months after launch. And here we go. Oh, like something, we're creeping up on something. Come on, we can figure this out. Come on. Here we go. Okay. So February's numbers. Let's now look at February. All right. Top 20 games. Nothing. No God of War. No God of War in the top 20 games. Year to date. No God of War. Let's see the top played PlayStation games. No God of War. Let's see top selling PlayStation games. No God of War. We have our answer, folks. For almost an entire quarter, we've seen no activity. And isn't that something? God of War pops up on the screen. For an entire quarter, we've seen no activity from God of War in the top ranking charts. Now, somebody might say, well, that's just US, US is the largest consumer base for PlayStation. Or not US, North America. This is all North America. North America is the largest consumer. So it makes, so I get where Cold Blood was coming from. That angle, I would just say, a year isn't early. A year isn't too soon. It depends on the game. It depends on the game. If the game stops doing what you designed it to do, which is you didn't design it to sell a whole bunch of games so we can brag on Twitter. You designed it so it could bring people to the PlayStation. Now, if people are willing to wait a year for these games, like if the majority of the hardcore gamers are willing to wait a year for these games, then yeah, PlayStation has a problem. I'm going to say no. Their PlayStation hardcore would not be willing to wait a year. They might be willing to wait less than a year, and they might as well get a PC. I would believe that. But I don't think you see God of War go, especially a God of War. I don't think you see a God of War go full multiply. I mean, go to PC in less than a year and a half. It just has that much legs. Now, let me tell you something that, who is this? Hold on one second. That's my daughter at the door. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, y'all. That was my dog. Okay, somebody else's. No. Her and my wife are having a little spat, right? Comical. But yeah, so let me check and see how many of y'all still remaining with us. And don't forget to hit that poll. So so I want to say this. You know, this is why, and again, I know there's the laughs and the jokes. Oh, MM2K, you're talking that business stuff. This is why I talk it. To help y'all understand why decisions are made to avoid clashes like this. I mean, again, nobody's threatening to shoot anybody or anything like that here, but I'm saying we could all alleviate ourselves of the heartache and the disappointment. And that's why I'm so proud of Porter Rock, because just a few years earlier, Porter Rock would have been like cold blood. He would have been extremely upset. But because now I'm assuming he's versed himself better in understanding why there has to be this give and take from the consumer side, and understanding that, hey, I may not like some of these decisions, but I get nothing that I like if these guys cannot appease the investors. And they're trying to figure out a balance. I'm giving it to PlayStation. It would be a lot easier for them if they just said, you know what, let's try, there's a billion people on PC. Let's just put our games there day and date and just see how the chips fall. If they could do that, they would do that. But they can't. And they know that it would affect their strategic marketplace, because their hardcore gamers like a Cold Blood and like a Porter Rock would go to PC. Like Porter Rock has said it himself, which again, we used to laugh at him, but I think he would try it. It would be comical to see him trying to game on PC. He'd have a conniption. But Porter Rock, who used to feel exactly the way that Cold Blood does, he's gotten a better understanding of the give and take on the business side. So now he's like, look, I'm not bothered by a year. I'm not bothered by what Herman Hulse said. And what Herman Hulse did not indicate is that we're doing a year. And I don't believe that they are going to do the year, even if they get the resources, because they got to look at how well this game is performing for our console. Because the moment you put it on PC, you cannibalize that. You start cannibalizing those sales. Why? Because people could very well be like sitting there thinking, am I going to get a PlayStation or am I going to build a PC? And if you make the choice for them by putting your games on there too soon, they're going to build a PC. And so we're in like maybe 2019, 2020, maybe 2020, where Porter Rock was like, oh, hell no ports to PC before 4 years. Porter Rock now understands, okay, I love these bangers from PlayStation and they're costing more money to make. Like, development costs are going up. They're not going down. Like, maybe they can shave some money off with bugs and stuff like that, but the main people that we pay are the studio directors and stuff like that. There's no getting around that. And then you got to understand the business side, because you don't just give them a lump sum of money after the game is made. That's not how this works. What happens is you give them, you got to pay them. You got to pay these people. You got to pay for their unemployment insurance. You got to pay for their health care. You guys understand, again, no, I didn't know this, Cole. I mean, MM, you know that when you have an employee, for every dollar that you pay the employee, $1.75 goes to insurance and unemployment. It goes to insurance. No, I'm sorry. For every employee that you employ in the United States, every dollar that you give them for their salary, you're you better tack on another $2 at least for unemployment insurance and medical. So when you sit there and you're like, oh, I make $20, your company is actually paying close to $60 for you. I make $20 an hour. They're paying close to $60 for your employment. That's why if you look at when you sign up to be an employee, most of them got insurance on your ass. Because if you die, they can get some of that money back. What? Are you serious? Yeah. That's part of the business side that you guys got to understand to know that Sony, who now has PlayStation, I believe, headquartered here in the United States, one of the most expensive places to hire people, why they now want to outsource this stuff. Because not only are games getting more expensive to build, but they're now headquartered in one of the most expensive places to employ people. Because there is no government insurance for workers. There's none. The government is not picking up that tab. You and the employee have to pick up that tab. Then there's unemployment insurance. The government doesn't pick that up. You got to pay that as a business. That stuff matters. So you don't just get to drop off a stack when the game sells well and tell the people, oh, well, better luck next time when the game does bad. You may get to do that with contractors, but your main people aren't contractors. You got to pay for their livelihood. Hence why if everything is going up, you got to find cost-cutting measures, or you got to find other measures to build revenue. Those measures to build revenue for PlayStation is, okay, after these games sunset and crescendo, and they're no longer pulling people in to our console, they're no longer building console marketplace revenue for more exclusives. They're just there to be there. When we get to that place, we can squeeze more juice out of the lemon by putting it on PC. And now they're not waiting 3 years to do that. They're waiting at least a year. And God of War Ragnarok is going to go in close to 24 months. It's closer to 20 months. So in 20 months, God of War Ragnarok from launch is going to be on PC. Why? Is it because they're getting closer to day and date? I don't believe so. I just showed you. We looked at the charts. God of War is no longer indicating numbers that shows it's a system seller. Now, this one is going to surprise you and might give you some heartburn if you land on the side of cold blood. You know which game I think is going to be closer to a year? It's going to be over a year, but it's going to be closer to a year. You know what game that is? Spider-Man 2. Yes, Spider-Man 2 sold 11 million. That's good. But I don't think Spider-Man 2 is the system seller that they expected it to be. I think Spider-Man 2 has a lot of current players or current console owners buying it in large scale. But I don't think it's the system seller that they wanted it to be. And that's why they had to downgrade their console sales expectations. Maybe they set those expectations too high for 25 million. But when they made Spider-Man 2, those guys thought they was going to sell way more consoles than that. And I think it's making them a lot of money, but that's not why they made they made the game. They made the game to sell consoles because more important to Sony, they care more about the console sale than the game sale. Why? The marketplace. All that Fortnite money, all that Call of Duty money, all that Roblox money, all that Apex Legends money. That's what's making them the money. The fact that the overwhelming majority of gamers come to them for a lot of those games, that's what makes PlayStation the 26 billion that it sees annually. It's not the sale of these games. Let's do the math. The PlayStation drops what, like maybe anywhere between 2 to 4 first-party games a year, right? on average. This year, well, yeah, they're doing 2 again this year. When you add up how much revenue those games bring in, it doesn't equal 25 billion. It might equal like 2 billion, 2 or 3 billion. So where the hell is the other 22, 23 billion coming from? It's coming from the multiplats. Now, do you see why I talk the business? It's coming from the multiplats. So those games are made, again, just because 2 billion is a lot to us, that is pennies in the bucket when it comes to gaming. When you're making 25 billion a year, that's pennies in the bucket. 2 billion is a month's salary. Now, granted, if any of us lost a month's salary, we would be SOL. But a month's salary opposed to 11 months' salary, that's a big, difference. So being that it costs more to make these games, you're in a more expensive place where you're employing people to make these games. Maybe you don't sit as long on a Ghost of Tsushima or a Marvel Spider-Man. Like once they've crescendoed and they're not pulling people in because it's cool that it might bring in $1 billion that year, that's pennies in a bucket. Your main goal is to A, fund more exclusives, B, but more importantly, B, bring in more console sales. Once you stop doing B, and then A is pretty much crescendoed as well, then they are now looking at more ways to maximize that game. And now they've gone to way C. Let's put it on PC. After A and B is no longer a factor, let's put it on PC. We got to understand that. And on the flip side, we got to understand that the reason why they're doing a year is because they realize they cannot harm the firm relationship that they have with their hardcore. If their hardcore start going to PC, because they'll be like, oh, if it's coming to PC in less than a year, then I'm out of here. And if you are the person that, help boost that per dollar capita per user to 730 from 580 last gen, that is going to destroy Sony if those people started all of a sudden going to PC. So I know you PC gamers like, oh, the games are coming. They're just going to take some time. Because the diehards, they're willing to go buy the console and flock to the console for them. And if you're on PC, you got to wait. That's all. That's it. I don't think it's the end of the world. You know what I mean? At least you're getting it at some point. There you go. That's why I don't think day and date on PC is an issue for this gen. Day and date on PC might become an issue if less people start buying the console. If less people start buying the console and they're making these big tentpole exclusives, and let's just say after 5 or 6 months, they're not bringing people in, well, I mean, you got a decision to make. Do we make as many big tentpole? Like, what the hell is going on? They either don't make as many, or they're like, we'll still make them, but we're putting them on PC after 5 or 6 months. So once that happens, which it doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon. I don't even know if it's going to happen next gen. Well, definitely this gen, it ain't happening. PlayStation is dominating. It's brought in more profit than the PlayStation 4. In North America, it's on an 8% higher trajectory than the PlayStation 4. PlayStation 5 is just destroying it. So it's not happening this gen. All right. So hopefully that all makes sense. But back to the showcase. Yeah, they didn't do good in striking that balance. You guys are both right, Sean and Cold Blood. They needed to, Sean, they gotta, they got Cold Blood and they gotta appeal to more people, but it's not a sacrifice. It's a balancing act. And they didn't do a good job with the balancing act, in my opinion. Let's read some of these comments. He says, now Cold Blood, I'm a huge fan of Nintendo fan, but Astro Bot didn't tickle my fancy. Jay says, I can't say anything about Concord because I dismiss Helldivers. That was rather disappointing, says Snow Bunny. Monster Hunter looks awesome, and I get excited for the Until Dawn. Sean says, I think it was good spread of games coming. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded the games, but I think where they lost their hardcore is with Concord, Astrobot, and then God of War PC. I think those were bad moves. God of War Ragnarok old now, though I'm fine with it now. It's old, not day one. I'd be pissed then, but now ish, I done beat it and the DLC. Yeah, I can understand that. It's past a year. The Pro will be linked to GTA 6. That's why they're waiting. Yeah, I'm hearing that. I heard that from Hip Hop Gamer. We report. See, that's other content, not your mother. We'll figure out something, bro. That's why I wanted you to join the Discord, because we got to figure. You know, you're like between you and Sean, you guys are the biggest contributors to the platform. So, you know, we want, you know, even though if you don't become a member, I think you've earned your right to get access to that content. We've had some great discussions on that Hip Hop Gamer piece. So yeah, we'll join the Discord, brother, if you haven't already. If you did, we'll create a channel for you and others like yourself and Sean who are honorary members no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You guys are honorary members no matter what. They also front loaded this year. This is the Valley. I do kind of believe that. Holiday's a big time to not have anything big. Like I would have rather them, hell, even take Final Fantasy VII. Maybe work on the performance mode and have that drop during the holiday. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cold Blood might want to kick my ass for saying that, but I think that would have been a smart thing to do, is take Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, drop it in like October, or drop it in November. And then I think it probably would have done better. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. So, yeah. But we're getting ready to go. I just want to go through some more of you guys' comments. I don't have a PlayStation 5, but this didn't make me want to go out and buy one immediately. Yeah, I don't think Snow Bunny. So here's the things with the state of play. The state of plays aren't to make you buy a PlayStation. The state of plays are mainly for the PlayStation casual gamers, and it's supposed to be a balance of the casual gamer and the hardcore gamer, and it's supposed to show them what's coming to keep them engaged. I think, to Sean's point, they showed a lot of stuff that would keep the casual gamer engaged. They did nothing to engage the hardcore gamer, and I think they disengaged the hardcore gamer today. They did not do a good job. The only reason why they wouldn't show it because of some console war nonsense. My backlog, which includes Stellar Blade, Final Fantasy, and Rise of Ronin. Late summer, fall will be the holiday push of game system sellers. Yeah, supposedly, this is what we're hearing, and if that is what happens, I think that'll make up for all of this. Supposedly, there is going to be a showcase. This is a state of play. So a state of play is designed for PlayStation owners who have the console for them to see what's coming. Most of it lean now towards hardcore. I mean, the casual gamer. A subsect of it leans to hardcore gamers. I think the only thing that they've had for the hardcore was Ballad of Antara and Monster Hunter Wilds. Path of Exile 2 might, but everything else was for, you know what I mean, the casual. I mean, Concord, I'm assuming, Concord was their Overwatch clone. I just don't know what that's going to do. But with that being said, we'll see. Totoki pulled rank. Yeah, this is all Totoki. This is Totoki. I don't need to be catered to, just games. Well, see, Juice, that's not atypical. Gamers need to be catered to. Gamers need it's called fanfare. Gamers need fanfare. And Sony has not been doing great fanfare for its hardcore gamers. Don't get me wrong. They've been shutting them up when they've gotten disgruntled by showing them stuff or by releasing games. But with gamers, you always got to show some fanfare because you're just basically saying, trust me. And I don't trust no conglomerate company at all. I don't. You need to show me too. So, I mean, I get it, but they need to do better fanfare. They will have a showcase at the end of the year. That's what people are saying, not your mother. And I am aligned with that, where they will show the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, Cold Blood is upset because he's like, I don't want them to show the PlayStation 5 Pro. And I hate talking for him, but it's late where he's at. He doesn't want them to show the PlayStation 5 Pro and have games selected out for that. You got to sell your console with something. I, as a former purchaser of the Xbox One X, know exactly how it feels for you to release a mid-gen refresh and not have anything to market with it. So, to me, it makes sense why they're doing that. I don't mind that part. We already know Wolverine and those other games are coming. Yeah, but I think 2024 is what people are concerned about. Like, is this, like 2024 started off on such a good bang. Is this going to be the rest of it? Ballad looking interesting. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it looked interesting. Ballad of Antara. Not stellar, but looked interesting. I got one and I'm going to play the ish out of it and others so I can stop supporting an Xbox game. Remember, people laughed at Hi-Fi. That is true. Juice gives it a B. Yeah, I give it a D. I just don't like the balance. I know what the purpose is. I just don't like the balance. But Mose, you forgot when the PlayStation 5 released, people lost their minds with how good it was. I think they lost their minds with how good it was, and they're continuing to go crazy about it. Like the PlayStation is doing gangbusters. Again, it's 8% higher than, it's doing 8% better than the PlayStation 4 around the same time. As far as profits are concerned, they've earned all of the profits in 4 years. They've earned all the profits that the PlayStation 4 earned in 7 years. Astrobot was. It was all right. and they were begging for a full Astro Bot game. Yeah, they were begging for an Astro Bot game, and they got it. Paul K is like Cold Eastwood. I had a good time with the one that came with Astro Bot. Yeah, I did. If this is $39.99, I'll pick it up. I can get that. I'm not saying the game looked bad. I thought it looked all right. My issue is, did it look good enough to close out the showcase? Like normally, at least we hardcore gamers, we get a hardcore game that closes out even a state of play. And they put that at the beginning of the show. And then pretty much the rest of the show really wasn't for us. They did dedicate a lot of time to it, but to me that cinematic was stupid. And it actually, I think it worked against them because it was an in-engine cinematic that looked way better than the actual game. Like, I wouldn't have said it was an in-engine. I would have just did a cinematic, cut it down in half and then show the game. You know what I mean? So I think they actually hurt themselves. God of War 2 is like, it's been 2 years, Cold Blood. Yeah, I agree with you guys on that one. That's Cold Blood's take on it. I'd hate to talk against him or talk for him because he's not here to defend himself or elaborate. All I can say is I come down on it differently. I don't think it's a problem. Well, I don't play it now. That's the issue. Yeah, all that AI the Sony's doing is great asset stream. Yeah, and I didn't mean to get animated like that. Here's what perturbs me. Gaming is tech, right? As technical consumers, we gotta understand why stuff happens. Now, if you don't have the mental capacity to do so, then I get it. But I feel like there's gamers that have the mental capacity, but when it comes to understanding why business decisions are made in gaming, they just get lazy. I don't care. I just want this and that. You can't look at it like that because you're not arguing. Because what people do is they hear that and they say, see, this consumer is nonsensical. We're not paying them any attention. But if you can understand what strings being pulled cause what effect, then you can legitimately argue your case and you can get these people on their toes like, oh, we can't pull nothing over their eyes. That's how this works. I know, because I'm on the other end of it too. That's why we got to understand the business side of it. Is this how Skynet started? No, I'm just saying, Juice. This is what I do to keep my lights on. I got a team. Well, no. I'm lying. That's what I used to do. Keep the lights on. Now what I do is more project management. I had a team of technical people that worked on AI all the way back in 2012 and 14. All AI is automated program systems that do the work of manual labor. That's all they are. Think of macros and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If you do spreadsheets, think of macros. Just think of an intelligent macro that is able to understand conditional situations and then knows what macro to run in that scenario. That's all AI is. Now, in order for it to know that, there's a lot of power within server bays and stuff like that. They got to power that stuff. And like I said, we had a small technical team. We worked with the Microsoft developers when we had IN problems, So again, AI it comes in different shapes and forms of fashion, and the same AI license for a particular product or service is not universal across the board. Hold on. Hello? Hold on. Hello? Holy shit, it's time for me to go to go to the business. They said they planned on licensing their tools Wolverine out in 2025. Not totally sunset, but it reached 20 million copies. Says Not Your Mother. Oh, better question. How much will God of War cost on PC? Will it launch at like, no. I expect it to be like maybe $50 or something like that. They will pirate it like Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, they did pirate it, but Ghost of Tsushima sold a lot too. But yeah, they're gonna pirate it. That's the problem, and that's why I say, is the juice worth the squeeze? Because, you know, because of that, they are selling games they already put on PlayStation Plus. Sometimes you have to take your console war hat off. Did anybody peep the PlayStation 5 Pro in the Astrobot trailer? No, I didn't see it. They won't show the PlayStation 5 Pro in no state of play. Stop asking, it will be separate. The showcase was better than the Hellblade gameplay I see, laugh out loud. Technically, the new 2 CEOs are only taking over as of tomorrow, so this state of play might have been, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is Totoki. Cold Blood has a hard-on for Herman Hulst, man. You once he latches on, he's like a pit. Once he latches on to something, he will not let go. I am telling them, it's not Herman Hulst. This is Totoki. A PlayStation showcase is a PlayStation showcase. They can't have Sony presents PlayStation for casuals. Well, no, this is not a showcase. That's why, Sean, that's why there's a state of play and then there's a showcase. It's different branding. You got to understand the branding. The branding is totally different. The state of play is for the casuals. The showcase is for the hardcore. That's not, I mean, if you don't think it's good branding or marketing, that's a discussion that you got to have with Sony. That's how they brand their shows, bro. So this was not a showcase. This was a state of play. State of play or smaller vertical slices that are meant for a more casual crowd. The showcases are the big bang. You know what I'm saying? Like what Xbox is planning to do in June. That's not me, bro. That's them. You got to talk to them. Last report was 50 million sold out at the end of November 2023. Is that God of War? Of course it's going to PC. It's Konami. Oh, Silent Hill. Yeah, I that doesn't bother me either. It doesn't matter. God of War Ragnarok has sold 20 million already. No, see, this is, I kind of agree with you, not your mother, but again, we're not looking at the whole business implication. If it's not about how many consoles, I mean, how many units it sells, you guys got to get that out of your head. You got to understand it's not about individual sales when it comes to these first party exclusives. It's not. That is just bragging fodder for us on Twitter. That's just a litmus to show us how popular it is. But that's not why PlayStation makes these games. They do not make these games for them to sell a lot solely. They make these games to be system sellers. They want people that don't have a PlayStation to see said game and say, okay, now I got to get a PlayStation. That's the purpose of these. So to your point, not your mother. Yes, it's great it sold 20 million, but let's just say if it was on a trajectory where it could sell 40 million and bring 15 more million people over into PlayStation, they would cannibalize not only sales, but more importantly, console saturation by putting it on PC. So don't fool yourself by the sales. It's not the sales. It's how many how many consoles it's bringing in. Like let me give you an example. That 20 million in sales, which generates a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but that money's just going back in the kitty to make more exclusives. That 20 million in sales, if it only causes 3 million consoles to be sold, you understand that it's not as valuable as let's say if what do you call it? What is the name of that damn game? Horizon. If the next Horizon only sells 7 million, but let's say 6 million of that 7 million were on new consoles, you do understand that Horizon then becomes more valuable than that 20 million selling God of War. That 20 million selling God of War is fodder that they like to give to us so we can go out on Twitter and blast it. That helps, again, make the console more appealing. but they make these first-party games to sell consoles. So don't fool yourself by looking at the sales alone. We got to see how many consoles it's bringing in. And it's not easy for us to see it, but what I can tell you is a good indicator of why they made this move is despite how many it sold, it's no longer selling enough where we can surmise it's bringing in new consoles. Hence why it's coming to PC after a year. Really, 20 months. So we got to remember that. He said, that's not true. It's Europe. No, not your mother. Nope. North America is the largest region for console gaming altogether. It has the biggest gap in Europe. Like Xbox can't touch it in Europe. It has the biggest gap competitively in Europe. But no, more consoles are sold in North America than anywhere else. Yep, North America is its largest is its largest region, not Europe. People cried about Spider-Man 2. Wolverine will be the banger in 2025, and this ain't the last state. Yeah, I'm not worried. I'm not pleased that the state of plays are now no longer suited for me. I mean, I think that's the biggest lesson for today. This doesn't mean to me like I'm not as far deep as Cold Blood is, where I'm like, oh, this state of plays are horrible. I mean, PlayStation is doing horrible. No, it's just they've totally went deeper into branding with state of plays to where they're not for the hardcore. To your point, Ghost only sold 10 million on PlayStation 4, and they had to sell the director's cut to get another. But again, it doesn't sell anymore. No, it does. Again, it's not individual sales, not your mother. It's how much consoles that it brings in. That's what we got to pay attention to. Final Fantasy Rebirth was a Square decision to get some sales before the end of the fiscal year. Yeah, and that may be the case. That may be the case. If I could have like threw in an extra couple of million to get it to the end of the year, I think it would have benefited everybody. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. That was my business partner that called me on the phone. I know my phone was blowing up. This is usually what it looks like in the evenings for me. I got to get out of here. With that said, thank you everybody for joining us. I appreciate it. We will be back here tomorrow. I haven't even let Cold Blood know because my grandson's graduating from high school tomorrow, and we have some travel plans that had to be changed because of some changes that happened into our ability to transport to where it's at. So the show is going to be early tomorrow because of where this place is at. We're not going to be able to drive there because it's going to be too much of a challenge for us to drive there because we've never been there before. So my wife and I are actually catching public transportation. That is unless our daughter can take us there. But if we're catching public transportation, that's a 2-hour trip there and a 2-hour trip back. So we will be doing the show from 12 to 2. All right, tomorrow from 12 to 2 because I got to be done by 2 o'clock. Because then as soon as I end the show, me and my wife, if my daughter doesn't take me to the graduation, then we got to jump right. You know what I mean? So I got to let Cold Blood know that tomorrow. So yeah, be on the lookout for In a Row podcast 12 tomorrow. Sean, sorry, there will be no Foamy Friday tomorrow because of that. There will be no Foamy Friday. We're going to have to cancel Foamy Friday because I got to push everything back like 2 hours. All right, with that said, appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much for coming through. Till next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.